Hey guys, and welcome to a new Dungeon Defenders 2 video. I'm your host Mr. Peter, and let's beat Prime 2 Forest Poachers. On this Prime, there will be 4 poachers that inhabit this map and spawn as mini bosses on separate waves. Instead of ogres, siege rollers, tusk guards, etc., you'll be facing against these poachers. If you don't know what they look like, here are pictures of the poachers. We have Sammy the Trapper, the Goblin Throwers, Snatch the Stalker, the Spear Throwing Warboars, Steiner the Hunter, the Orcs, and Sturges the Falconer, the Lady Orcs. Each poachers hunt in groups and they're very tanky. As soon as they spawn, immediately go to them. They're not easy to beat. To make matters worse, we'll have a ton of flyers. If you thought there were a lot of flyers in Wyvern Enthusiast, this Prime takes the cake. They will horde rush you towards the end of each wave. That's not a bunch of flyers. Now that's a bunch of flyers. Looking at the lanes, we have a lot of melee units and a handful of chaos units. Of course, later on, they'll add more chaos units. Just a friendly reminder that there are no cyborgs in primes. You don't have to worry about them stunning your stuff. We'll be using our anti-chaos and anti-melee flamer as always. For the boost aura, we'll be using the range relic with the shard Boosted Grasp. Boosted Grasp slows enemies who step inside the boost aura radius. This includes flyers. As I say, for the poachers, they're going to be really tanky, so we'll have to upgrade these bad boys. Proton for the slow, and the reflect beam for the extra damage. Just like the last video, we'll be using the shard anti-air to deal extra damage to the flyers. On this lane, you see the mushroom over here. This is where we're going to set up our defense. The flyers will dip down low enough to get hit by the flamer and the reflect beam. For this lane, instead of a arrow-shaped proton like we always do, we'll be doing a line going across instead. We need to save some DU for the Sky Gods, and having this lane and the next lane with just a line proton will save us enough DU space for 2 Sky Gods. For this last lane, just like the first lane, we're going to push it back so the flyers will dip down low enough to get hit by both the flamer and the reflect beam. As you can see, we have 100 free space, enough for 2 Sky God towers. This is the Sky God build. We'll be using both poison and earth, the best combination you can get. We're going to put it just behind the crystal. These are here just in case the flyers do power through our defense. If you guys didn't know, the flamer can attack up to 7 or 8 units at a time. Because there's a horde of flyers rushing through, it's possible that the flyers can leak through without taking damage. We still have 400 DU left, so what we can do is upgrade the flamer and the reflect beam for each lane. Every lane is upgraded. Let's start the wave and see the craziness. It seems like the bottom lane is holding. Yeah, the same with this one too. It doesn't matter if the sub-objective gets destroyed, it will open up a new flyer lane, which is bad. However, we can sell the two middle lanes and merge them together, and that should save you DU space. It seems like every lane is holding, which is great. However, I'm more concerned about the flyers, so I have to wait and see. Here comes the horde. You can see how crazy compact they are, and they're really squeezing in together. This is why we pushed our defense back. You can see how low the flyers dip down. They're at the perfect height for the flamer and the reflect beam. It's good to know that it works. However, you can never underestimate flyers, so we'll be upgrading both the flamer and the reflect beam. On wave 2, this is where the poachers start coming in. They spawn together, or, if we're unlucky, they may split up. They're spawning on this lane, so we'll be upgrading the LSA. Now, we need to deal with the flyers, so let's start upgrading. I don't have enough greens, so let me go around each lane to gather as much greens as I can get. There you go. Awesome. Forgot to upgrade the flamer on this lane. Sammy is here. Came a lot earlier than I thought he would, so let's check them out. You can see them spawning together, and for goblins they have a good chunk of health. Of course we're here to DPS, just in case things go wrong. The order they spawn in is Sammy, Snatch, Steiner, and then Sturgis. If I can remember, Steiner and Sturgis are very beefy, and because they spawn together, they may pass through our defense, so we'll have to be there when they arrive. Flyers are coming in, and on the enemy counter you can see 150 flyers alive. That's incredible. These flyers do look threatening. It's a good thing we have sky guards as a safety net. Um, oh! I think they're spawning here again, so let's just start it up. There's no point on moving, every lane is doing fine. We'll be waiting here for the poachers. Snatch is here, starting with 300 million health. That's almost the same health as Gregory from the previous prime. They almost made it through, which is concerning. I'll probably have to DPS the next wave. The flyers are here, but I think you guys get bored of watching units die, so let's blow them up. The shard anti-air is helping me to damage the flyers, which is nice. However, Frostfire Remnants is doing all the work. It's so destructive, and if you combo this with drenching strikes, you can freeze them. You have a mixture of aerial damage and CC, which is fantastic. I think it's the same lane again. Been very lucky today, just to make sure. No? Alright, let's start it. Steiner has 431 million health. Look at those guys casually cruising. Yeah, I'm gonna help DPS. I don't think one LSA can take these guys down. Their health wasn't going down fast enough, so I'm not risking it. I do apologise for the drowsy noise that Frostfire Remnants makes. I can't be asked to wait for the flyers, ain't nobody got time for that. But you can see how awesome it is against flyers. The control, the explosion, the wave clear, really strong stuff. It's a must have. It seems like they're only coming on this lane. How convenient. I do see kobold bosses on other lanes, so I'm gonna upgrade them since I have tons of greens left. Oh, Sky Gods are getting some action. Nice. Sturgis is here with a whooping 500 million health. And look, an assassin. How convenient. These poachers don't have any special abilities or power-ups. They're just tanky. When they do spawn, beat the crap out of them. The horde of flies are coming out damn early. Still have roughly 200 enemies left. Setting the sky on fire. Blue fire to be exact. Well done guys, that's Prime 2 Forest Poachers completed. Remember guys, the strategy is to push the defense back so the flies will dip low enough to take damage, Skygod Towers for backup, and lastly having anti-air for the extra damage. Can't forget about Frostfire Remnants for the super craziness, mixed with Drenching Strikes. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more DD2 content. Take care guys.